or something.
Okay.
Okay. To begin, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I started doing makeup when I was 18. I had a friend who did modeling, and this was back in LA. Or did you want me to talk about myself, or like just okay?
Feel like
What?
sharing? Whatever
What?
you feel like.
Okay, so I'm originally from California. I moved here about 5 years ago, and I started doing makeup in LA when I was 18. Wasn't super serious about it, but I was definitely interested in it. And I had a friend who was in modeling, and she would just hire me for gigs and things like that. So that's kind of how that jump started me into the business. And then I started doing freelance work, working with people from the Wall Group, which is a pretty big agency. And I would just work under her for free, and she'd give me makeup. And so I learned a lot through that. I worked for MAC for 3.5 years in LA, got a bunch of trainings through them. And then I got pregnant and I had my son. I ended up moving here when he was like 11 months old. Decided to kind of take a hiatus from makeup just to do the family thing and be a mom. And then I also bartended the entire time. So when COVID hit, I basically lost my job, or it was furloughed, and then I lost my job. And I had some friends in the wedding industry out here, and they would always ask me to help them out. And I would always tell them no. And then one year they're like, we really need your help, like come help us. And so I was like, okay, I will. So I started doing that like 2 years ago, but it was just to help them. I was definitely not doing anything with it. So, but then when COVID hit and I lost my job, I decided to come back this year into it. And so, yeah, full blown back into makeup. And it's been great. Been doing it for like 8 months here by myself. Done some work with 303 magazine. Just got into Denver Fashion Week, so I'll be doing that next month. And yeah, that's a little background on my career, basically.
What inspired you to go into the cosmetology field?
Well, I'm self-taught, so people ask me this, and I think it was more so my friend who did the modeling and the acting. She would always hire me, and I really wasn't good at all. She was in a really good position in her career to hire professionals who knew what they were doing, not somebody straight out of like just doing it just for fun. But she always believed in me and just was an amazing person in that stepping stone into my career. So I would say she's a huge part of it.
Good. I'm glad she pushed you.
Yeah.
At what age did you start wearing makeup?
Pretty late in life, actually. I didn't wear makeup, like none at all. I was a gymnast, so gymnastics was my everything. I probably started at like 15. I guess it's not late in life, but it was, yeah, no interest until I was like 16, I think.
Okay. Have you worked on any celebrities? If so, who?
So I haven't necessarily worked on celebrities. My friend, her name's Irazan Beltran. She was in the adult film industry. And I was her personal makeup artist for about 10 years. And then I did a lot of more fashion work like Joe's Jeans. I worked with some other bigger groups, but no one specific.
Okay. A topic in my magazine is mask acne. What skincare products do you use to avoid mask acne or acne in general?
I don't think there's anything you can do to avoid acne, but there's things that you can definitely do to like help prevent it. Right now, I work pretty close with Dermalogica, so they have quite a few. It just kind of depends on how severe it is, but there's a retinol oil that I really like. There's also a mask. It's a hydrogelly mask. I would have to look up exactly which one it is, but there's just some that will help prevent sebum from coming up and things like help prevent it from getting oily. But I don't know off the top of my head. I would have to pull up some stuff. So
Okay, it's fine. What do you struggle with most as a makeup artist?
I think I struggle with trying to be perfect. So I'm never ever 100% happy with something. But there's just times where, I've gotten to a point in my career where it's really just about the client wants you to do it better than they can, not you perfect the skill and sit there all day with them, right? They just want to get the service done and they want to go. Like I could sit there all day and tweak things and do things like that. So it's really just a self issue.
What are your favorite makeup products?
Favorite makeup products. Right now, that this switches often. Christian Dior foundation. Huge fan of that right now. What else? I'm trying to think of what I'm using. Charlotte Tilbury. I love her highlighting contour creams. Let's see what else. KKW. I love her nude lipsticks. I love the shades of them. And Danessa Merrick. I'm loving her, some of the fun colors that she has.
Great. What was your experience working at MAC Cosmetics?
It was fun. I learned a lot. They're very huge in investing in their employee and their artists. So I got a ton of training with them, and being in LA, I think I got the best of it. It's definitely a numbers game with them. A lot of sales, which it looks really cool from the outside. When I was 18, I was like, oh my God, I want to be a MAC girl. And it's not all glamorous. Behind the scenes, it's a lot of work, a lot of numbers games with them. But they're great to their artists, so it was a good experience.
I'm glad you had an experience. Tell me about the bridal makeup market that's in Colorado.
Bridal makeup market is huge out here, which I was a little naive to. Definitely a destination wedding place. A lot of natural brides, which was a lot it was very different for me coming from LA. I was definitely used to a lot of glam and a lot more high maintenance clients. So it's actually been really great and easy.
Ooh, that's good. Um, I am creating a cosmetology magazine for my senior project,
Mm-hmm.
and just putting like all different sorts of stuff, like my own work, like topics that apply to today, just stuff that relates to cosmetology. Do you think there's any topics that I should include in specific, or do you have any input on that?
So are you focusing on like skincare and makeup? Yeah. Um, so I would say, because to me, cosmetology is a little more like well-rounded. It's like a lot of hair. Um, it's like being a licensed esthetician, I think would probably, I don't know if you are trying to change the topic, but a licensed esthetician is basically skincare, and then you're also licensed to do makeup. So that might sound a little different, or making it just like a beauty magazine would kind of generalize it. Because when I think of cosmetology, I kind of think I go to hair
Okay,
mostly. Mm-hmm.
that's good input. How do you think the beauty industry has changed over the past 10 years that you've been kind of in that field?
I mean, it's ever changing. This is an industry that is never going to stop changing. It goes along with the seasons. So, um, from what, and I mean, it's advanced so much, especially with, the internet. Like, there's so many, when I was getting into this industry, like, you couldn't learn this stuff on YouTube. You couldn't, just, it wasn't that accessible, and it really did take a lot of different steps, so it's changed a ton in good ways. But like I said, it's a ever changing industry. It's every season, it's something new.
Um, I think that is all the questions I have for you.
Okay, awesome. Are you interested in doing makeup, or is this just a topic that you liked?
I am. I want to own my own brand eventually, but I'm just starting to like really deep dive into it, so
Awesome.
experience for sure.
You what?
I said it's gonna be an experience.
Mm-hmm. Are you trying to do makeup?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome. Well, yeah, let me know if I can help you in any way. Um, More than happy to help you, give you any tips or a lesson or something like that if you need it.
Okay. Thank you so much for your
You're
time. I really
welcome. Yeah, no problem.
have a good night.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.